Stop raw dogging your AI development. Plan mode is finally available in Cursor, and I am here for it. It is exactly what it says on the tin. I think they introduce a few little niceties here, but if you're not familiar with Claude Code, which already has a plan mode, you shift tab, which is the same thing here. For me, this is the recommended way to build features. I think that the idea of a plan mode is when you send an agent off to do some coding, it's kind of figuring it out in real time. It kind of broadly looks at everything, but it's almost like shoveling snow while it's still snowing. It's making changes. Whereas this will just look at everything and plan it out. And if you can combine this with some MCP servers, if you can combine it with some level of like thinking mode and whatever, then you'll have a plan that it outputs to a MD file that one you can reference later on. I often do that. I'll make an MD file so that I can push it up, and then I'll do that in a different branch later on or whatever. But yeah, it will give you a plan before then you start executing it. And what often happens, it breaks it into phases. For some reason, tells you it's going to be like, this is week 1 and this is going to take a week to do and this is going to be 3 weeks. Like, it still uses antiquated what do you call
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but I literally built a 6-month project in a day.
Like, what do you mean? Aren't you going to one-shot it for me, like in 30 seconds? What do you mean 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I say it in a different way, because I noticed this, but I haven't used it. But so the way I see it, essentially today, when you use Cursor, you have the option to chat or like use the agent. So the agent does something out of like just right away, and it might break things. You don't want that. And the chat, I noticed that I go back saying, okay, the things that you said should be done, now do them. So I'm going like in this mode that should have a in-between mode. And this is exactly that. That is kind of like chatting with the AI, but what you get is not just a chat. What you get is a plan that the AI can execute on in a step-by-step way. And this gets me excited because last week I started with like a GitHub repo from somebody from the Webflow community to essentially learn what this guy is doing, like some crazy shit with animations, and I want to, get in and learn it. So I was trying to learn that using Cursor, and it was not doing what I wanted, because I wanted to give me a plan to look at the entire doc, the README file, everything, and give me a plan how I can use this structure and start like building piece by piece. But the chat mode was not good, because with the chat mode, it gives you a plan, but it's in a chat, and you can't say, okay, number 1 is done, let's go to the next one.
But you could say output this plan to an MD file.
But now we can. That's what I'm saying.
You couldn't do that before.
Well, I didn't know how to do it.
Well, you
I didn't
think, right? You didn't think. You just didn't think to ask it. Just output like, this plan.
Think for me.
But you're the master of your own destiny. So just correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you want to implement this. Like, you want to write it. You don't want the agent to write this code.
Yes, in this case, because
plan. Yeah.
I mean, in this case, I want to. Yeah. In this case, this repo is about me learning. It's not a framework, but close to like a mini framework. How to do like Cursor and not Cursor, how to do like GSAP and 3JS and this kind of things inside of Webflow. With this framework. And I don't know a lot of these things, so I have to start from the very basis. But I want to do it following like this guy's experience.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you going into ChatGPT and, again, master of your own destiny. Tell it that you want to implement it and that it needs to tell you what code to add and why you're adding it and what it does, right? So you need to tell it that. There's nothing stopping you doing this inside of ChatGPT, but the benefit here being inside of Cursor is that it has context to your code base. So this is how to implement it in your files that you already have. So this is great. I always struggle to understand why this is any different to. For me, this is just a system prompt. You change the system prompt. I don't know why this would be any different to being an edit mode, but you say, do not make any changes, just make a plan. I don't know what the difference will be. It would be interesting to find that out, but it's nice just to know, because I've, I guess in some instances I have had it just start working on stuff. I'm like, no, don't do anything. Like, I want you to just, whatever.
Yeah.
That all being
Yeah.
said, you got to tell it that you want to implement it, but it will just, look at all of your files and make a comprehensive plan for you to do later on. And this one automatically makes an MD file for you. So I often have to ask Claude Code to make it an MD
Yeah.
file for me to output it to it. It just creates a plan and that's it. Ask me if it wants to start implementing it. The other one is, I don't know whether you've noticed this, but it'll actually auto recommend itself. So if you're writing something that sounds like you're asking for a plan, it will say, do you want to use plan mode? So that's quite good. That's quite nice. And then it always comes back with questions as well. So that I like that feature. Oftentimes Claude Code almost just never come back with questions trying to like clarify things. Maybe I should add that into my root memory file to say, anytime I'm in plan mode, ask me clarifying questions, because it's that's a nice feature that I saw on this as well. So pretty good.
Yeah.
And I would recommend it to everyone building out big features. Like, just take a moment to plan it, take a step back, just be methodical. I know we're so eager to like fucking just build and like work fast. Like, take your foot off the gas, just be a controlled, organized freak when it comes to AI coding. This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.